today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I achieve this look. This is my everyday kind of like glam look if I'm not feeling lazy and I feel like I just want to spice things up a little bit. I don't wear this lip every day though. This was a bit of an accident. This is how it kind of looks in like my selfies and stuff. It obviously looks a little different on camera. Okay. I feel like today wasn't the day to be spending an hour on my hair. It's kind of messed up anyway because I went for a shower and I had already curled it because I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Somehow totally forgot that I have like extremely frizzy hair and it just went all frizzy and like gross. This makeup routine is super simple. I do it all the time. I feel like everyone can do this. So let's get started. I have already washed my face and put some hyaluronic acid on. Put on this Cancer Council SPF moisturizer literally every day. Like no matter what, I put this on. I just feel like SPF is super important because I'm not trying to have wrinkles at 30. So I just apply this to my face and to my neck. I'm trying to do this as like gently as possible because I heard that like dragging product on your face makes you age quicker and I'm just like not trying to have that at all. I also put some Ma'am, I can't do this. Okay, so I also put some pawpaw ointment. Finally got it on my lip, and this one is literally the perfect one for your lips too. It's got a bit of oil in it and I don't know if that's because it's just shit quality. It acts kind of like a lip oil and it makes my lips super smooth. But for foundation at the moment I use the Morphe foundation. I'm not sure what this one's called. I'll pop it up here. I use the shade medium 9. It does kind of oxidize though, so do be cautious of that, but it's super buildable. Like I could literally make this like a sheer to medium coverage to full coverage. 1, 2. That's all you need. Usually, obviously, when I'm not on camera and trying to look nice, I put my hair back with like a hair tie so I get all in here because I do have a receding hairline. Also, best beauty sponge, as always, Real Techniques, you know, this one is the best. And don't forget to blend the foundation in your jaw and on your ears as well. I'm not really happy with this coverage right now and I really want to build it up, so I will show you how this foundation is buildable. It's amazing. And I just kind of like put the second layer on the problem areas, so mostly my cheeks where my acne kind of is and like on my jaw. I also put it on my forehead where my freckles are because I don't really want them showing through either. So I want to zoom you in because I want to show you how you can build on this foundation. So this is after one layer. You can see a bit of my acne, a bit of my freckles showing through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the second layer and I'll show you how it looks with the second layer. See how that kind of just like covers everything? Okay, sorry, I actually like this angle a little better, so this is where I'm going to keep you for the rest of the video. So after I've put my foundation on, I like to put this Too Faced Lip Injections Maximum Plump on my lips. This literally, I kid you not, I put this on every day. It makes me look like I have a mill in my lips. I like to do it after my foundation because the whole point of this lip gloss is to literally sting your lips so they look bigger and so they swell a bit. So if you get it on your face, it burns. And I made that mistake the first time I got it. Accidentally got some on my beauty blender and put it all over my face, and my face kind of like came up in a bit of a rash, so just be careful of that too. So I'm gonna put it on now while I do the rest of my face, and then by the time it's ready to do like powder foundation and like set my foundation, the stinging is gone and done and it's done its process. So it's for like a solid couple minutes that it kind of like burns your lips. It makes them look amazing. Beauty is pain. So at the moment I am really into liquid contouring, so I use foundations because I think that they blend out a lot nicer than like cream contours. Powder contours I put on after because I feel like it just kind of like sets everything in place. I do find the powder contouring at the moment to be a bit like muddy and a bit cakey, and sometimes it like moves the product around and it doesn't look nice. So at the moment, super into cream contouring. Okay, so what I use is the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I got this in like the Boxing Day sales, like I mentioned in my basically a Shein haul video. I don't want to say that, T-A-H-O-E. I just feel like I'm going to be butchering that and offending somebody. Okay, and with this one I literally use like half a pump and then I go like this, 2, 3, and then I get the flat side of my beauty blender and blend up. And the worst thing that you can do with your cream contouring or contouring in general is blend down. It will make your face look longer. We want our face to look up. Okay, but before we get started on that, look at my lips. I'm not flexing them. Okay. And see how like nice that looks? It looks so nice. This is like my favorite contouring technique ever. Okay, and I also do it on my forehead as well. Usually, excuse my receding hairline, Jesus Christ, and blend this as far into the hairline as you can. So this is what it should look like at the moment, just super natural, super snatched. Okay, so next I'm going to be putting some concealer on, but this Revolution Supersize Conceal and Define Concealer is probably my absolute favorite, my holy grail at the moment. It's only like $10 at Priceline. It's a very close dupe to It's a very close dupe to Tarte Shape Tape. There we go. Got it. This is all I do. This and this. That's all you gotta do. And then with the blending, the way that I like to describe it is all you do is this for this part. You don't go down, you don't go crazy and blend it. And then it kind of just like brightens up my under eyes. And then with this part, all I do is this. See how that kind of like lifts up the under eyes? So now all I do is I set my face in certain areas, and I like to kind of use an egg-shaped brush to do that. And then you put a little bit on your smile lines, under your cheekbones, and in the middle of your forehead. So that is where I put my translucent powder. I don't put it all over my face anymore because I like my powder contour to kind of like grab onto the liquid product, and I feel like it also kind of gives off a bit of a more natural finish, if that makes sense. So the only thing you'll need for this is an ashy contour shade, so kind of like this, I don't know how to describe it, ashy contour shade. That's probably the best way to put it. I take a round brush, circular motions, but going up. See how that kind of like grabs onto the liquid foundation a bit? Sometimes it does go a little bit overboard, so you do need to be careful and have a bit of a light hand with this one. But I really do not like it when I put the translucent powder on first and then put this on. It just looks super cakey and I'm just not a fan. Okay, so next step is blush. I use this one. This is the one that I got in my basically a sheet and haul video. So this is the L'Oreal Paris Age Perfect blush. This is in Satin Rogue. I hope I'm saying that right. Use this brush, and then what I do is I put so much blush on. I'm not kidding. What to do is I used to put my blush on the apples of my cheeks, and TikTok taught me not to do that, and so now I kind of just like do it up here, if that makes sense. So it adds to like the contour, you know? And I dab. I don't drag, I dab. Okay, so now what I do to kind of like set all of that in place is I take this Morphe mattifying mist and I just spray it all over my face. Oh, ma'am, and put a lot on, like an obnoxious amount. And for highlighter, this is what I use. It's literally years old. Don't think that Becca is even in business anymore, which is kind of sad because they made amazing highlighters. So when I get a better highlighter, I'll let you know. And I use a fan brush to apply this as well. Oh yeah, and I also do like a lot of highlighter, if that makes sense. So I kind of put it here, and then I put it up here, and then I also put the excess on my forehead. I don't know. It kind of just gives me that dewy look without less foundation, if that makes sense. So still like the coverage, but just dewy. Okay, so nose contour. Nose contour is something that I've actually been taking kind of really seriously at the minute because it literally makes me look like I have a nose job. So I take the same highlighter and a tiny little brush like this, and I dab it in a little bit on like not the tip of my nose because my nose is kind of big and long and humongous. So I kind of just like put it like a little further up than the tip of my nose, so it makes me look like I have a cute little nose. So the reference that I like to go with highlighting my nose is wherever the light rests on my nose, that's where my highlighter goes because that's where it's going to focus. So see how like on my nose here where the light is, that's where I put my highlighter. And then I put a little bit more like kind of between my eyebrows and my nose here. Okay, so for nose contour, I take that same ashy shade and kind of like a round but narrow small brush. I gotta focus for this one. And turn to the side just to make sure it doesn't look muddy from the side as well, because if it looks muddy from the side, game over. You have to start again. That is my dog, I'm so sorry. Okay, and I also put my nose contour on the bottom of my nose down here like this. About here is where I just literally dab it on. Okay, so for eyebrows, I tinted my eyebrows literally today, so they look full, so I don't need to put a lot of product on my eyebrows at all. So I'm going to be taking this Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt in the shade Soft Brown, and then I literally just brush it through my eyebrows, and that's all I do. Okay, so now to kind of like carve out my brows a little bit to give me a bit more definition, I take that same concealer and then like a flat concealer brush, and I'll show you how I carve out my eyebrows. And then I just kind of like blend it out a little bit with the brush. Just get this part of the beauty blender and just lightly dab it. And I don't set it with a translucent powder like I used to. I take the ashy shade again, and with a more fluffier eyeshadow brush, I just get a little bit of the ashy shade, tap it, and then I'll show you. I just go in like this, circular motions. I'm gonna put on a little bit more of the lip gloss, literally just dab it in the middle though, because I don't want to waste too much product, but I also want my lips to be ginormous. Take a highlighter and the same little brush and put some on your inner corner. Really like put it on your brush, like really put it on, and then put some on your inner corners, and then the excess on your brow bone like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to take the darkest shade that they have in here, so it's this darkest contour shade. And what I do with this is I do like kind of a winged eyeliner. I go from the outer corners of my eye and just like that, and then not from the very end, but kind of from the middle of the wing, I bring it back down a little bit like this, and then I just drag it across my lash line to about there. And this can be messy because you're going to kind of like smoke it out. And then I'm gonna take the other end of that like angled brush, and all I'm going to do is just smoke it like this, like that. If you really want to, you could clean it up with a little bit of concealer, and I might do that because it ended up being a little bit messy. So don't grab any extra product, just whatever's left from the concealer that you put on before. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl my eyelashes a little bit, and then I put on this Maybelline New York The Falsies Lash Lift. This is the best mascara. Curling my eyelashes never looks graceful. And then straight after you've curled them, smack on your mascara. But this is it. This is all I do. This is what I do all the time. Also, if you wanted to follow my social medias, they are linked down below. And I also do covers on Tuesdays and a Saturday video almost every Saturday. And I will see you in my next video.